By pressing play, you've been transported to a dimension where there will be no apologies given for the abstract and asinine comments made here by the host and their guests. With that being said, thank you for listening and enjoy your experience.
We are reviewing.
We are otakus.
Are you ready?
For episode 41 of the most ridiculously random pop culture podcast in the 719.
Yo, where the captions at?
Yo, do. Yo, where the captions at? I did not need my yo, where the captions at? Where the captions at? Hey, we back, and if you listen to this on the day it comes out, this is the first episode of 2021. Hopefully, all you guys survive. As always, I'm your host, Kills for Show, aka the Chill Titan. Join with me always, my bro host.
You know who it is, Roscoe, aka the old mob.
Always with us is that boy, Damn Daniel Rojas,
aka Daniel Rojas.
Word. Nice. And back again, one of our favorite guests, the one, the only Nite Night Kid, better known to some as Davenport.
AKA that guy you tell people, oh, I have a friend who streams for a living.
And we do. And you're that guy.
I have a white friend.
Yo, you need to get one. Somebody got to talk to the police.
It's true. It's easy.
So before we get into the gist of all the things, how everybody doing today?
Man, fuck this snow.
Word.
Me?
Yeah, you. I'm looking at you. You don't want to talk. You don't have to talk.
How my day was?
Yeah, just.
I love it.
Word. He's lying, everybody. He's fucking lying.
I'm dying on the inside.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about potato casserole.
Word.
That's good too.
Think with your belly.
Uh-huh.
Good, man. You know, playing video games. Got me a new gaming chair for Christmas, so put that up.
Nice.
Sits nice.
Gotta keep the buns comfy.
Yes, sir.
And yes, this is the first Yo What's Poppin' of the year. Like I said, if you've been listening, we record on Monday, so this come up on Friday the 1st. So next week will be our first episode we record of the new year, which also will be our 1 year anniversary. Ooh, ooh. Fireworks, gunshots.
I feel like a proud papa.
Hadogen.
You're going to toss all those in post, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, but for real though. Was the anime intro a little too much? I was like, I don't know if I'm...
I loved it.
Word.
I thought your face was what really made it for me. Like, I know I was looking at you, but at the same time, I was like, there's a little chibi panda.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he looked up Japanese for Yo What's Poppin'. Like, that's what he was saying. And where the captions at?
See, that's why you need a white around you. They smart. Yo, I should do that. Translator and just
look it
out.
up. Yeah. There you go.
In a national base, like Giant Size X-Men.
Get you one of those.
They'll think he's fucking around.
Yeah.
And then they'll look it up and be like, oh, shit.
He knows the way. He is the last dragon.
Bruce Leroy.
Yep. So as always, we start the show off with Yo What's Poppin', where we talk about headlines from the world of pop culture and geekdom. And we're gonna go ahead and start off with a little bit of wrestling news. We want to give a special RIP out to
Josh Haber, better yet known to most people as Luke Harper from WWE, or from the people that left WWE and started fucking with AEW, the Exalted One, Brody Lee. He passed away over the weekend. It was announced by his wife and took the whole world for a spin. Literally, Kelsey told me. I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, WWE's announced. And I'm like, nah, nigga, let me go check. So I open up the app. It's right there. So, and I'm be honest, being the elite today's episode was literally nothing more but just a dedication to talking of the people in Dark Order, just talking about how much of a great time they had with Brody backstage, doing the little comedy skits for the Hill Faction Dark Order, as well as them showing us some bloopers. And not gonna lie, probably cried more about this hearing him pass away than I did on Soul.
Word, and we're gonna get to Soul in a minute, but yeah, he passed from an unrelated COVID lung issue and he's been battling that for about how long, Ross?
Since we last saw him on TV on AEW, which was like in November, it was reported that he was in ICU back then, but not really told. Nobody really knew about it, and everybody was just assuming that he was just staying in quarantine because next month is Wrestle Kingdom, and like I've told people before, that's New Japan's basically 2-night WrestleMania, and he was gonna make his debut there for him for the first time. And yeah, it's just a big hit to the world. They say, like, even though he looks like a big mean dude on and his persona is portrayed like that, like, they say he's the nicest, kindest person in the world. Like, literally, Bray Wyatt kept talking about how he would talk about being excited to go see his kids literally 2 days during their traveling in WWE, and he would always tell his kids and tell Brian, love y'all, see you forever. And just hearing kind of things like that, and hearing how, like, he's been, like, instrumental to people, and how he was a great, not even a backstage leader, but just a great person backstage, to the point that he could be portrayed as one of the best backstage leaders if time was to give him more. And only to pass at 41 is just still even more crazy.
Yes. 41, that's way hella young. And like I say all the time, guys, like, love your life, enjoy that shit. And you brought up Soul, and that's basically what the message of Soul was. Like, yo, enjoy who you are. Sometimes the spark you need to keep going is the fact that you are able to keep going. Daniel or Davenport, did y'all watch Soul yet?
No, I'm waiting. Probably gonna do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a rewatch because I passed out because, you know, Christmas, you was there, we just fucked up, and I rewatched it, so I was like, I need to sit down and watch it in its entirety. But it was a good.
Is that one that's a short, or is that the full length?
It's a
full length
movie.
movie. Okay, because I came out with a short that was recent also.
Yeah, and
I can't remember what that was.
It did get me teared up. I was like, yeah, if I was set through from the beginning, I definitely would have started crying because it was just like, man, like, Pixar don't miss, but it's just like, it's just so
mess with your emotions every movie.
Yeah,
dude.
it was good, and it's just like seeing them animate like black culture in a way that feels organic without pandering. Like, they had to do the whole segment. The best part to me was the whole segment in the barbershop. If you're black, you know how the barbershop is. Even if you're not the blackest of black, you know what the shop life about. And just seeing them interact, and seem like that's how conversations in the barbershop goes. Like, and then like, even there's adult humor, like I said on Escaping Podcast. There was a moment when he was trying to get a cab, but for some reason, it was like the cat is a whole thing. But he was like, man, even if it wasn't today, it'd been hard for me to get one. And it was just like, oh shit, you just threw that in like real quick. But yeah,
Pixar?
Yeah, they threw that in real quick. Then you got like Jamie Foxx doing the voice. Tina Fey is a character. I didn't even know that was her. No, Tina Fey was 22.
Oh shit.
The mama was played by Felicia Rashad, I believe, and the black saxophone player was voiced by Angela Bassett.
Oh shit.
Not Little Duval, I'm racist. Donna Rawlins, aka Ashley Larry, did the voice of Dez, the barber in the movie.
What?
Yeah, and old buddy with the curly hair from
out here
Hamilton,
now.
he was the one that got sucked into the negative zone, but that's neither here nor there.
The black one or
The light-skinned one that got sucked
They always
in.
get bullied by what you call it?
Yeah, they always be fucking with Joe or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the movie's good, you know.
No, I'm saying I know which character you're talking
yeah.
about. I'm saying the person that does the voice was the
There's one.
Hispanic nigga that always got bullied.
No,
by,
that's Hispanic. He's the one from Hamilton, the movie. The black dude
the
with
black
the curly
dude
hair.
from all right.
Hamilton,
So
yeah.
the other co-writer.
Yeah. So that shit was dope. Definitely check it out, guys. And also another movie that came out on Christmas was Wonder Woman 84. Actually, we're not going to dive deep in this because we're actually going to do an episode. Our first episode of the year should be about Wonder Woman 84 in the Geeking Out segment because that gives me more time to rewatch, and hopefully we have a guest to get a different perspective on that. But watch the movie.
You're gonna spend another 3 hours on that movie?
Yeah.
I
Well,
rewatched
he got
it
Gal
last.
Gadot to come in.
Yeah.
So
I rewatched it.
Make
I
sure
was
you
watching
listen.
it last night, and yeah, we gotta have
oh
content.
really? You would?
I would love
Unless, but then again, oh shit,
I'll
I
take
might
a
be
Gal
lying.
Gadot lookalike.
We got the cardboard cutout. We'll just put her
No,
here.
since Daniel want to be
Nice.
Freddy, I lied. I take that back. Me and Ross will give you our first where the review at, and we will talk about this YouTube, and you could go to the stations. You could go to the network's YouTube page and hear me and Ross's candid take of the film. So the first episode next year will be some shit. It'll be some.
It'll be some shit.
But yeah, something else that got pushed up because Netflix was out here changing their release dates. The sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl, We Could Be Heroes or whatever, following their daughter, that dropped on probably Christmas Day because I'm be honest, I woke up Netflix and seen it was on the top 10. I'm like, bitch, I wasn't supposed to come out until New Year's Day. And then Kelsey reminded me that Cobra Kai got pushed up to New Year's Day, which then I was like, oh, ain't no family about to watch this bullshit. Push that shit up to Christmas.
Word. And speaking of DC shit, I guess Batgirl and Static Shock.
They fucking?
Batgirl and Static Shock TV series are coming to HBO Max instead of getting big screen releases. They are in development. There's no telling when we might get them, but they're in the wheelhouse. And seeing how HBO Max needs content, we should get these somewhere in, I'm going to say 2022 to 2023.
They're doing all the Warner Brothers movies.
Yeah.
HBO Max.
And I
theaters.
cannot lie. So far, the HBO Max content series that I've seen, all's been hits. No misses.
And now that you brought it up, I would love to see Batgirl and Static fucking just so I can see the shock expression on Bruce's face. that little love connection, that little jolt of energy.
It makes it even more hilarious if they keep it in this current 52 where...
You think they have Dick buzzing?
Keep it in this current 52 where...
We got the internet right there. I'm sure we can find out.
I see. Wait,
where Black Thunder, where Black Lightning
I already done seen it.
is out here still teaching the Bat kids.
Yo.
So Bruce even more pissed that the kids fought with Black Lightning's theories and Barbara out here.
I'm glad you brought that up because in the new Outsiders, when they go to the what's it called, Future Perfect Future or Future Forward, the new 52 shit or the 5G shit.
Oh,
It's
fucking
Future Sights
towers.
or some shit like that.
Future Strike?
Anywho, like I believe Black Lightning is gonna be leading the Outsiders. I think Damien's gonna be a part of the squad or some shit like that. Or it's gonna be more Black Lightning involved in the costume and the antics, and the Outsiders are really gonna be like more or less Outsiders.
Oh.
And speaking about being outside of things, them fucking walls on Attack on Titan, right? Because I'm glad I didn't watch episode 4 last night because episode 5 got pushed back by at least a week.
Oh, good. So we can wait.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'll wait till this Sunday watch 5. No, I gotta wait another week to watch 5. So I'm like, oh, perfect timing. So yeah, and hopefully for all those that out there that listen to this and watch Attack on Titan, you guys are enjoying this season. I ain't, but I'm gonna talk about that more later in we can get out. And before we move on, I just want to talk about music real quick.
Well, before we hit music, I just have one quick Roscoe rant.
First off, that's an oxymoron because your rants are never quick, nigga.
I know, but this was even more quicker. Why
right.
the fuck is people out here getting mad at Jennifer Aniston's fuck ass ornament? People is mad at Jennifer Aniston because
You know who Jennifer
I know who she is. Man.
He's saying who's mad about this.
Yeah.
Real.
What
I saw a meme on Facebook.
She got
They
an
were
ornament.
mad.
No, literally, I woke up to this shit yesterday. She put up a picture of an ornament saying our first pandemic. And everybody's pissed off at her about that. And the first thing that went in my head was, that's hilarious. Second thing after people was pissed off was like, wait, y'all yelling at her talking about she ain't caring about people that died during this pandemic. Most y'all motherfuckers got ornaments of y'all grandpa RIP on y'all fucking tree.
That's some white shit.
That's some white shit.
That shit is the fucking same.
I'm more mad because she's like 50, so this is like her 8th pandemic at least.
And with that being said, if you want to hear more Roscoe rants, make sure you come to the YouTube channel
Oh, just
and
wait
see
till February,
all
baby.
that shit, baby.
Just
Because
wait
we don't
till
give a
February.
lot of this shit. And also you can hear about my black ass thoughts. Because, baby, I got some shit cooking.
Just wait till
Like
February.
Grandma
Roscoe's
Sunday.
Rant's gonna be a segment.
I imagine when you say you woke up to this, there's just some like newsy kid from like 1920s, and he's just banging on your window, and he's like, "Roscoe, have you heard the news? Jennifer Aniston's in the papers. People are angry."
Well, what?
Well,
He's more
technically,
futuristic. He's more futuristic.
That is my inner log self when I be scrolling. Like, let's see what the news is. Oh, Oh.
He's got one of those, like, you wake
Give
up,
me this little.
computer sees that your eyes open and a screen
Give me this
pops
little
up
white boy.
with the
But
news.
it is a virtual 1920s paperboy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Virtual
exactly.
1920 white paper boy with the good old man hat, but he's a young boy, so he's still
And he got
growing
the
into it.
rickets.
He got the straps. And
His bones ain't good. They don't lock up. The joints don't lock up.
His shoes are mismatched.
Yeah, so it's like,
instead of standing next to the paper,
don't let the wind blow either.
he's standing on top of the paper so the wind don't
He
blow
got
it
the rocks
off.
in his pockets so he don't fly off. Like, gotta
Rocks in
mobilize.
his
Gotta stay
pockets
keep
and
a
he's standing on
balance.
top of the
He
paper
doesn't have
like
a belt. He's just a long shoelace that he uses to tie to hold his pants up.
No, he's not. He's using.
Also, where he keeps his bread.
He's using. He's
It's
using a
his
string
knapsack.
that stacked his paper up that he had that the old white man had to drop to him on the
He smokes,
Newspaper, you mean a blanket?
he smokes 5 packs a day.
paper, sir. Just for a nickel, paper, sir.
Oh, you hungry little fella? You give it, you give it the pigeons and shit. They don't give a fuck. But anyway,
Anywho,
God damn it. I almost got this motherfucking name. Yep, I did. Shit. But music,
hard.
there was not a lot of music that was released over this week. But Playboy Carti dropped the album that his fan base hate. His name of his album is A Whole Lot of Red, but the fans be calling it A Whole Lot of Skips. Or I like to call it A Whole Lot of Struggle Bars. Because he rhymed like first CD Lil Yachty on this shit. Like,
No.
I never claimed to be the best rapper, and I don't try to criticize a lot of MCs because they doing something I don't do currently. But even when I'm sitting there like, nigga, you just give me 10 minutes, I could have wrote some shit better than this. I'm like, bro, what you doing? Your fans been waiting for this. And a lot of tracks are produced by Kanye, so the beats are legit. The standout tracks also are the features. So you have Future on the song, you have Kanye on the song, you have Kid Cudi on the song. This track with Cudi is easily the best song on the album. Kanye give us a classic Kanye verse in a sense, and it was solid. But other than that, yeah, not a lot of music. So make sure you guys check out YWDCA 12. It's the
12.
playlist for December, the last one of the year. But also check out YWDCA 2020. We can hear all our favorite tracks of the year. And guys, do that shit. Music is like the blood of the universe. Who's just like bathing that shit, like the scene in Blade 1 at the bloodbath at that rave, and get that shit popping, just like feel, energized and shit, revigorated and shit with that music hit your ears. The good shit though, and do it respectfully. Like respect people bounds and check out open wounds because you don't want that music getting inside your bone marrow and shit. Cause it give you all type of diseases. But yeah, that's and that's the last What's Poppin' of the year.
what's poppin'?
And now we're about to geek out.
Yatta!
And we geeking out about our favorite animes of 2020 with our guest.
Yes,
Like you
sir.
said, he's already here. That Nite Night Kid. Woo!
Yeah.
Damn, that's a hard slurp.
Oh, that was what's popping.
Hell yeah, my bones, man. My shit be walking. I be walking around the crib like, who making popcorn? What the fuck is that popping? Just my joints.
It's walking.
Yes, it's walking.
It's walking. Nice.
But all right. So there's really no structure to this. I'm not gonna do like, give me your 1, 2, 3 in chronological order. Like we did last week. Let's just talk about some of our favorite animes of the year. I have at least 5.
You got 5?
I know which.
Yeah.
I know
Well,
which
because it's only 5 I watched, so it's not like I have 5. It's not 5 out of.
Because I watched 5.
Yeah, it's not 5 out of 20. It's just 5. Then I had to realize like the most shit I did watch came out like last year, or the year before. But
Yeah.
we'll talk about that shit.
What you going with first? Your B stars?
Actually, that was 2019. I had to do my research. 'Cause I was ready to come on here and talk about that thing.
Was it?
B-Stars?
Man, I
It's
would have
50
considered
Shades
it.
of 50 Shades of Grey
No,
meets
yeah.
Utopia.
The list that I saw said it came out this
Yeah,
year.
listen, I gotta say,
Maybe the
Because they
anime
count the-
came out, or
they
the
count-
original anime came out in 2019, and maybe
they count.
this
They count
came out on
anything.
Netflix in 2020.
No, they count anything that's winter of the last year and of this for this year.
Word.
So if B Stars came out like December last year, it's
Yeah.
technically 2020.
But then I was thinking maybe it came out in Japan, and we got the Netflix version.
But even
Yeah,
if-
it's very possible.
well, fuck it.
even the Japan.
Well, if your list said
segment people say-
2020, I'm gonna start off with Beastars.
There you go.
I've been trying to tell Daniel he needs to watch this shit because it's actually good. It's not what I thought. I thought it was gonna be a bunch of animals fighting each other in a
I'll be
dojo,
honest.
powering up, leveling up. No, it's a slice of life anime with animals, and the whole hierarchy of predator versus prey, and you get the omnivores in there, you get the herbivores.
So it's Zootopia anime.
It's Zootopia meets 50 Shades of Grey because they be
Meets
fucking.
some mafia shit.
And this little bunny, she like the little white bunny. I ain't gonna put no extra connotation of that, but she a little slutty, and people make fun of her for letting people smash other animals. But she's like, yo, this is how I control myself. This is how I take the power of relationship. If I want to use my body for whatever it means, I'm gonna use it. And then the wolf, Lucio, I believe his name is. He don't want to be a wolf. He don't want to give into his carnivore nature, even though he a gray wolf, and that's kind of high on the totem pole of predators. But then he just smelled that white rabbit blood. He's like, he almost eats this bitch, but she gets away. Luckily for her, somebody comes out, and then there's a murder mystery because one of these students got killed, and his whole thing, and he's also in theater, and the title of B-Star comes from the top beast on campus because they're in college, and all this shit go.
Go tell her left.
Yeah, all this shit fucking happens, and he falls in love with this rabbit, and she be like, oh, you want to help me out? Oh, I know what you want. Start getting naked. Like, oh, what are you doing? You're like, nigga, you're a whole wolf. Why are you scared of some rabbit pussy? She was like, oh, you don't want her to have sex with me. I'm just so used to guys only wanting this one thing from some of this pretty little helpless rabbit, and guys all he want to protect me.
And she be moving up on him, and he be trying to be like, yo,
and then you get the city
stop.
council involved because the mayor is corrupt as fuck. He a lion,
Nigga,
so there's a whole bunch of corruptions come out of nowhere. But then he had to power up and go to wolf mode because then his fangs grow, and he like, oh, I got the red eyes. I'm gonna fuck these motherfuckers up. He start buying motherfuckers like.
Literally,
so is the main story like a murder mystery type story?
No,
like
it's a slice of life with a murder underneath it.
Is the murder mystery just like a few episodes? Or that's what
it stretches out, dude.
It does
because he thinks it's him. Because when he goes in wolf mode, he blacks out.
Okay.
But then you find out it was another predator, and how that tie in, like I said, with the mayor and shit, with money and all this shit. But then the whole play aspect, because one of the top dudes in the school is this antelope, and he's like, I'm an antelope. I don't need your help from a wolf. I'm a strong herbivore. I can do this myself. See, that's the thing about you predators. You just think because I'm like this, so it's all this type of interspecies beef and shit, man. Like it's
what's
layers.
Some gang shit out.
Oh yeah, that's some gang shit. But yeah, that's my first one. Like I'm not trying to say everybody's got some anime.
I've already seen 4.
But you didn't even watch it all.
I didn't even watch it all. I saw.
You want to sit there and watch everything else on anime. You need to sit there and watch the B-Star. Then you sit there like,
this shit.
Oh, I'm Lucio. Kelsey this nigga the reindeer nigga.
I already know I'm Lucio.
Because you got a little bit of drip.
I already knew I was Lucio from that one moment when old white bunny was laying in the bed trying to lay up on him on the bed. He's just like, no.
Oh, and the intro is adorable as fuck. It's like some light jazz and it's claymation and the wolf and the bunny dancing around the fucking fountain where she almost got ate and raped.
Where they first met.
Davenport, what about you, man?
All right, and I'd say with 2019 dropping so many amazing animes, it's hard to look at really, really good ones this year because I wouldn't say any of the ones this year really lived up to the top 5, 6 last year, you know?
Ooh,
damn, all right.
They was in like that.
They're still good. I'm just saying last year was that good. I'm not saying this year was bad. I'm just saying last year was that good.
Well, they did say a lot about last year's anime too because they were predicting that last year's anime was going to bring back the mecca of anime watching.
I mean, I watched a lot more last year than this year. I still watched the bigger ones that came out this year. The first one I'd say that was actually like a bigger one this year was Tower of God. The anime style is a little bit more old school and it was a little bit hard to get into, but after the first couple episodes you start seeing the story come out, character development's good, where they're trying to go with it is really good. It actually had quite a few episodes too, and it's one like it's kind of like Attack on Titan where you think you saw a lot, but there's still so much unexplained and so much further to go. So that's one to look out for coming out with more seasons because it did have a really good opening season. Akudama Drive I just got into, which was one of the bigger ones. It's basically there are 5. Well, they call these people Akudamas, and they're basically like not enhanced, but just like powerful people basically. And these are like tier 1 Akudamas, and they all get put on like the first episode. They all get put on the same job, and it's like a hacker, a doctor lady, a courier who rides a motorcycle, and he like beats people with the motorcycle and fires laser guns from it. There's a boxer dude, and they all get together, and you're like, these dudes are too powerful. It shows the like brawler dude beat up like 100 cops outside just like they're nothing. But then they got I like that. They got exterminators that come in, and they got this exterminator dude that's like 1v5ing the Akudama. Like he's that powerful.
Like exterminating like people or like pests. Exterminator.
He exterminates Akudamas.
Okay, gotcha.
He's that kind of like executioner,
Okay,
exterminator with basically a lightsaber. It's basically a lightsaber. Call it what it is. But the story is, like I said, it's still a younger anime. I think there's maybe 12 episodes or something like that. But where they've gotten to is they get into a deeper story and it gets good. So Akudama Drive, I'd say, is one of the top ones. And I know we've all seen Got a High School.
Yeah.
Man.
Got a High School was
It
hype from episode 1, action right away, gets
Word.
right into it, and then what I like is it doesn't stop
It
the
doesn't-
action. It
yeah.
doesn't have an episode where it's like, oh, we're gonna take a break and get some character, but no,
No, motherfucker.
action, bro.
And the one great thing too about it is it's like, oh, we're gonna give you all this action, but guess what y'all gonna get hit with too? Character development, background,
And an
all within to it.
overcomplicated story for no reason.
Yeah,
Like,
once you get to the
it's
second
a
act,
and the thing too,
they
like
took
the
it to a
story
whole different
itself
route.
is simple, but then they just start adding just layers and layers. Like y'all don't have to do all that. Just they fight and there's a wish. But then you have to have God and a conspiracy and reincarnation and all that. Like,
And then
all
a
right,
whole
I get it,
secret
but I'm like,
other
I
game.
need
But that'll get you more seasons.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
true,
They
too.
would have ended right there if it was just that in that one tournament. But they opened it up to have more, and then it just it's
Yeah.
kind of like One Punch Man, where it's like he just beats all this ass for a while, and then it's an actual like big fight and big story. That's kind of what happens in this. It's like, okay, little tournament, cool, they're fighting each other, and then
It
Go
turns-
on.
what the hell is all
Exactly.
this? Like,
it
like,
literally
it's
turns
like,
into
yeah.
like two different shows. Like start like, all right, tournament series. They gonna fight. Wait, it's over? The fuck is the rest of the show?
yeah.
That nigga Goku. All right, I'm here.
Oh, it's like,
I ain't mad at it.
did you watch Gurren Lagann?
With the robot with the drill. Shit?
Yeah, the drill kid, and then like they start underground, they're drilling shit.
I started it, but I never finished it.
There's like no technology, it's underground drilling shit. The final episode,
He's like
They-
the universe, right?
no, they beat people with universes. Like it's
Yeah, that's
two
what I heard.
super mechs that like mashed into each other a bunch of times, and they're literally grabbing galaxies and like hitting each other with them. And you're like, the first episode, this dude was like,
A mole.
he he's digging with his hands and tools and like, yeah. And
Fast
then it goes
forward.
from there. Episode 24.
I remember watching about that shit on like Watch Mojo, like anime lists. Like, wait, this how that shit ends? Like, they punching
Oh, it's crazy.
planets with planets.
I just rewatched that one. It's a good rewatch.
I might have to go
But,
back and actually finish
it's on
it.
Netflix now.
Oh
too.
yeah, that's why I was like, I heard about it. Let me start it. Oh, they just killed the dude with the glasses. I don't know about this. That was my.
Oh, yeah,
And I was
yeah.
Like, they killed him early in the series. I thought it was gonna be like a whole thing, but
like episode 10 or 12 or something out of
Hell
29.
yeah.
But that's kind of my point was that's kind of how the arc of
Yeah.
Got a High School went, where it started this little like turn. They're still powerful and stuff,
Yeah.
but then more power and more power and more power. But you like to see that because that's why Dragon Ball Z is good. It's like, oh, who's gonna beat Goku? He's that strong. And then you see Frieza, and you're like, oh shit.
a lot
And then
of
you're like,
people beat
okay,
Goku
Frieza's
ass,
strong. And then
too.
you see Cell, and you're like, oh shit. And it just like you
They
got
up-
to
they
keep
up
going.
the ante, yeah.
you got to keep
Like I
up
said,
in
you
it.
gotta watch that super. Like, good man. Tournament power art, nothing else. Just hop right in that shit. You know, that's where you need to go.
Yep.
So you see that boy jeering the gray. But what about you, Ross?
You know what? I'm gonna go with my first one. No, I'm gonna have to steal this one because I know you're gonna say it anyway. But good old season 3 of our Red Fox,
Oh yeah, that is on my list.
Agresco.
Agresco! Damn! You're a shitty boss! Boom, 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 do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Never thought that this season was just gonna hit us with all the character growth
Nigga,
changing
that shit
in
got
every
real,
episode.
real. That's
That
why now
shit-
once you watch it, like, oh, this is why the nigga was trying to tell me to watch this shit.
I
That
was
shit
a-
got turned.
shit, and every episode had me rethinking my life for a segment. I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
yo, I'm Agresco. Wait, no, I'm not Agresco. I'm
You heater.
I'm Heater.
Yeah, you heater, nigga. I know who you is.
Just
Heater.
see all here. I'm like, damn,
Yo, and then when that dude pulled that pocket knife on her,
nigga.
I was like, wait, they about to kill her? Like, yo.
I'm just like, yo, y'all didn't have to just go into the K-pop stand that hard,
Bro.
but thank you.
With the, and it's funny too, because it coincides with the, with not their emergence, but the resurgence of Blackpink, and them doing their thing in the K-pop scene, me getting the K-pop more and fucking with Blackpink heavy, and then see these two worlds intersect. I'm like, no, Rescue just like singing death metal for karaoke to release her pent up frustrations. Now she's has to be the accountant for this underground K-pop group or J-pop group, but then she's in the group, and now she got to deal with a whole stalker while in a love triangle that she don't even know she really a part of, and she had to go to work. And I'm sitting there like,
and still get pissed on and shitted on.
yes, I'm assuming that
To
y'all
the
just
fact that her
crammed all this
boss-
shit in this one season.
To the fact that she hiding her real happy life from her boss because she know he's shitty and he gonna shit on it. Just for him to semi shit on it and then get pissed off because, plot twist, his daughters love the band.
Yeah, if y'all out there, Arresco is only like 15
They're
minute
15-minute
episodes
episodes.
on Netflix. You heard us talk about it before.
Season 1,
Check that
2,
shit out, man.
Christmas special, then 3.
It's cute, it's fun, and it's good. Even the comic books are legit. If you're a fan, they have those also. You should definitely check those out as well.
Don't be discouraged because of the chibi art or the cartoonish art. You'll be in for a surprise of how adult it is.
Yes,
Like, I literally tried playing this around with one of my homegirls' kids and then realized, like, 2 minutes in, they say shit. I said, oh, let's go watch Glitter Force Girls.
no, why they bumping City Girls? Why they listen to that body yaddy 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 yay? They on TikTok, they see that shit.
No, this was
I'm just saying.
Georgia and Lucy.
Nah, but then Lucy be like, man, turn this Glitter Force shit off. I'm like, yo, this is for y'all. I'm like, I'm not a baby. I'm like, I'm somebody's baby, but I'm like, yo, Glitter Force is my shit. Shout out to Glitter Force, man. Might have to rewatch some of that shit later. Yes, Daniel, I seen them little Asian girls. You be watching twerk and twist in them videos, them CGI videos. Don't look at me.
Ooh,
Literally just doing that.
Yeah, you want to talk about that? Then I'll show you 4 different Glitter Force outros. Glitter Force change out their outro dance every 4 episodes. So in one season of 12, you get 3 different
They
outro
did
dance
give us
sequences.
3 different
I don't like
action
this, not for me.
sequences.
And all those songs, that's because you don't love puppies or kittens or the power of love, motherfucker.
And friendship.
You don't
Hell
like
yeah.
the power of love?
He don't.
This ain't Huey Lewis in the
What
news.
about the heart of the cards?
No.
You good with that
Nah.
one?
Okay,
It's the
with
same thing.
No, it's
See, he
not.
a Nobu.
He a Nobu.
Yeah, he one of them clown ass motherfuckers with the noses that they beat up and shit.
What's your other one, Kelsey?
So my second, third or fourth, fuck it. My next one is gonna be Fire Force Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
They extended the story. They added more to the lore. They introduced a black character, yay! And he rides a fucking fire hoverboard skateboard. And his power up is the fact like he had these flame tattoos, kind of like Gentle from the X-Men books, that gives him super strength. That's almost on par with one of the main captains of Section 2 or 3, I believe. Anywho, that shit was good, and I'm looking forward to the rest of Season 2 because not the end of it, because you know an anime ending when the last episode they transition
Man, that shit
out
was a
without the
part-
theme song. But like, no, y'all just now changed the theme song, the intro and the outro, so this is like the halfway point of Season 2. So whenever they come back with the rest of it, I'm excited for it. The action's there, like I said, the story's there. They building up side characters that we saw from Season 1. And they introducing new characters and villains, like even the black villain they introduced, or
Yo, he
they just
dope.
gave some shine from the White Lotus clan or wherever they are.
I ain't going front. He dope.
Yeah, he is dope.
He's my favorite. He's one of my
He's
favorite new additions.
Sebastian Shaw of this shit, and he absorbs kinetic energy and turns to fire, flame attack, and he cold.
But I'm not gonna lie. When we found out the truth about Sir Lancelot's backstory,
Oh, that shit's sad.
that shit is sad, but yet low key dope because it's just like, oh, this nigga stay in his head. Oh, his parents left him when he was young. Naruto style.
Yes,
But
said they
yet-
didn't die though.
Yeah. But yet at least his daddy
They
is.
left him.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
they left him.
They didn't say like they're getting a new job, they find money. It was like, hey,
We'll be back,
Arthur,
son.
This is your kingdom. I know we don't have a lot, but this is your kingdom. This is your sword.
Dad.
You're a knight.
Literally, dad
I'm gonna
go
go get
broke.
some smokes. Be back in an hour.
Literally, dad goes broke. Tells him, look at this kingdom world. Mom said, oh, we out. You gotta find a new job, nigga. I'm like, what?
And just leave him there to raise himself. And that's why he's so stuck in this Arthurian lore, like knights and miladies, because that's how he has to view the world, so he don't lose his sanity. And this is what keeps him whole as a person. So when he's out there talking about this knight shit and Disney dragons, that's what he literally puts in his mind eye to see, just like how Diana only saw Steve Trevor in a whole nother man's body. So it's like, oh, he really be on that bullshit.
But
That's
really,
how he gotta survive.
But right after that orgy, old black dude was like, nigga, really? Your life is sad as shit.
Can you tell him how, like, you know this not Just let them have it.
Just let 'em
like
have
with
it.
Abed, it's some Abed shit. If we claymation, with claymation, just let that boy have it. Let that boy have it.
I vote we leave it alone.
Yes.
Yeah, literally, he said, just let him be.
Any other animes on your list you want to talk about?
The first one I actually watched this year, that was the first good one that I saw, was Darwin's Game. And Darwin's Game was another one that action for the majority of it, good story, like newer concept. I'd say it was basically this guy sees an app on his friend's phone, gets the app. The dude's like, no, don't do it, basically, and...
No, he gets a notification because it starts off his homeboy's getting killed, and he's like, yo, being chased by somebody.
That's right, yeah.
And
So
like,
his
I gotta
friend,
hit
like,
up somebody.
invites people, basically. Like, you invite people on a game app, like, invite your friends, right?
Yeah, he
So
calls...
Some
basically
Candy
that-
Crush shit.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
he calls when he's like, yo, I can hit up old dude. He's like, oh, he ain't gonna come through. I need somebody that's gonna hit this phone up now and trust me.
So-
I'm gonna go hit up old dude. He's always gonna be there.
So he clicks it, like
like-
a snake comes out that only he can see, comes out of the phone, bites his hand,
Bite him in the neck.
bites his neck, and he
Passed out.
he passed out, gets up, day later, whatever, doesn't
No,
think anything.
a few minutes later, because he woke up in the
Yeah, he was in the
nurse's hall.
yeah.
And then him and his homeboys decide to go. Well, one of his homeboys who actually had the game that told him don't open up the app, basically tells him go straight home. Don't fuck with the app. I'm gonna explain everything when you get home. He ends up just catching a train ride. Next thing you know, he's like, he said don't mess with it, but you know what? Let me mess with it. Next thing he knows, told that he's about to get into a battle. And he's like, yo, how does Avatar look just like me? And the baseball mascot panda looks across, baseball mascot panda looking at him, pulls out a knife, starts chasing him. And the game tells him, survive for death battle.
So
Y'all-
to me, it sounds like Return to Oz meets Sword Art Online.
It's
Because Return to Oz, if you're not familiar with that, listeners, it's the Wizard of Oz sequel, which was dark as shit, and Dorothy was crazy.
Dorothy
But it
was
just sounds
fucking
like, no, you like Sword Art, you like it gritty.
But the difference-
You wanna have a snake bite a nigga,
the difference between
blades and death.
the difference between this and Sword Art is this is real life.
yeah,
So like
straight up real life. However, you do get stuff that like will materialize.
Lies to
Like
you.
you can
In the real world?
you could buy a gun on the app and
And
it'll
then
materialize in your
Yeah.
hand.
Digital-
You'll get-
oh,
well,
okay.
it won't materialize, but you'll get like a phone call or something somewhere somehow close in
It'll
your
just-
area.
yeah, it'll just be
right
there.
there.
Like
chilling.
a loot
be
box
there.
says,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
oh, okay.
but the
Like
thing,
Pixels.
yeah, but the thing also too that we don't find out
Daniel's
is,
favorite movie.
that we don't find out till later when his homeboy comes to save him is technically everybody gets bit, and due to everybody getting bit, they gain a special ability. So we low key were hinted to his because the nurse wanted him to fill out a pen. The pen drops underneath the desk and he can't reach it, but out of nowhere it's in his hand. So
That's where I got the materialization. That was his.
Word.
That
Yeah,
was
that's his
power.
ability.
Okay.
Anything he's touched,
he's
right?
touched before.
Anything he's touched before, he can
He
materialize.
can materialize, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
he would just get weapons and
Yeah, because
yeah, he'd just touch a gun and be like, I don't need to take it with me.
Because I just...
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
word.
But not only just that, like the thing that makes it even more dope is the fact that it's a battle royale it's a PvP game, but the thing is it's also treated like an MMO in real life too. So build your clans and whatnot. So the unbeatable queen happens to be his second battle. The panda is known as the rookie killer. He kills the rookie killer.
Of
But
course.
And the one girl becomes like
yeah,
Death Note. She's like Death Note, the one chick that falls in love with him.
Yeah,
Misa.
Misa.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
No,
basically
yeah, Misa. Kira.
That's what the
name.
like
Yeah.
queen of the bat like
Yeah,
of the
the
game
unbeatable
becomes
queen.
to him.
yeah.
Oh.
She's like all over him.
Enthralled.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like she's so
You killed
enthralled.
the rookie killer.
She's well, not even.
Now be
no,
the cookie killer.
She tries to kill him first.
No, she
Word.
tries to kill him because the thing is, he doesn't know what his ability is, and she's trying to get him to tell him about it, as well as he went up to her to ask for help because his homeboy died and can't explain what the fuck going on with this Darwin game. But she had helped him beat the invisible panda.
And they
But,
make a bunch of money doing it. Like it's
Yeah,
a cool story, and then it gets to like a tournament phase where basically like it sections off a piece of the city.
yeah, because
And everybody else is out of it except the players. They're
Yeah,
the
they
only
made it
ones
a-
in that portion of the city, and that's like a nice little 5-6 episode deal.
Oh,
That's like
yeah, because it's like most people that play mobile games. There's always an event. So basically,
so that's basically what it was. It was an
and-
event in the game.
And the cool thing too that they added on Terra was it's a game instead of it just always being on your phone. Well, due to the fact it's being on your phone, they added AR elements to this event. So like, you had to catch these bracelets. They look like regular plain gold bracelets to the normal eye. But once you put
Your phone
the
on
AR over it, you see it's either ruby, diamond, or some type of bracelet with that jewel on top of it. And low key, he kind of wanted to get into this. The part of the reason why he was thriving in the game was because he wanted to make money. Because literally, this game was the best way of making money. But he got a drive to like, no, I don't want to kill people. I don't want this and that to happen. To the fact that when you see the formulation of his clan, it gets so dope because like that last end scene is.
Well, he didn't kill anybody for a while.
Yeah, he literally
And then he was forced
never
to,
killed
and then
anybody.
you're like, all right, now he's fucking crazy and a
Yeah.
badass.
Bruh.
Speaking of
And it
people
just,
killing
transformed.
people,
Just transformed. But that was a good
Yeah.
one. That was a
That
good
was
one.
a
to start
another
the
one
year.
of my favorite, another one of my favorite animes of the year. I guess you could say it's unconventional anime. I guess you could call it. It's Blood of Zeus on Netflix. If you love mythology, you love anime, you have to check it out. Motherfuckers are dying. They set it up for a continuation. They bring in some sub characters. I was like, oh, I like these secondary characters. I don't know if y'all make them a thing, but I wouldn't be mad at it. You know, interracial gay love, sure, why not? It's the Romans, Greeks, they do all that shit. And they actually made Zeus be emotional too. Like, he actually, I know he has a lot of bastards in the world, but it doesn't mean he doesn't care about them in this iteration of the character of Zeus. But also seeing him turn his back on his other godly brethren, like, yo, Hera's like, yo, you side with Zeus, y'all, we gonna fuck you up too. And we're like, man, I kind of ride with Zeus. Like, Zeus all about the people. We guys. He just want to be out there fucking everything. I'm like, well, kind of let him. Like, nah. And then they get to fighting, and shit go down. There's some giants in that shit, some titty monsters and some shit. Some big ones, some little ones. They eating flesh of dinosaurs or
Some
dragons.
titty what?
Titty monsters. Monsters with titties. Not like the titty of the monster.
I didn't
but-
get to that episode. I
Yeah,
got like
like a
6
big-
episodes in. I guess I missed the titty monster.
Did you watch it for real?
Yeah, I watched. Like I said, I
No,
got
when it was like
6 episodes
the
in.
big like 4-leg or 6-legged giant when it just came out to sea, she had titties. Then there's a couple other ones that had breasts.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
But yeah, it's a good series. So I recommend y'all check that out. It's a Netflix exclusive. So do that shit, man. But you say what you think about it, Davor? You say you watched it. Or you didn't finish it, but
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I kind of stopped watching it because it
it's only 8 episodes, so you damn near.
was it 8.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
I got like 5 in, and I kind of saw the plot unraveling, and I kind of where it got to. I was like, I've seen this story too many times, and it didn't grasp me as well. And then I'm like, bet you that's the brother.
Yep.
Now they got to do this.
Yep.
And then it's got to go back and forth. And
Yep.
I was like, I've seen that story too much, and it gets drawn out too much a lot of times. And I was like, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah,
anymore.
you ain't wrong.
But yeah,
That's-
like I said, I just saying, and it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great to me, but once I saw that, I was like, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen this story.
Yeah, you
And
ain't
I'm
wrong. Like,
good.
exactly. Like, oh, it's all right, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Ross? You got another one?
Yes, my good old sports anime. You know I gotta have one all the time. But the latest season of
Haikyuu.
Yep.
The volleyball one?
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Word.
I mean, he go out, he starts stunting on that one. The fact that he actually comes to being able to now precise his spikes as well as the second best player now has precision placement. But not just that, everybody else on the team got even more doper and better. The one person that I'm like, literally you'll always like the main 2 characters, but the side characters just make it so much more growth. Like,
You have to have supporting cast in
Yeah.
the sports anime.
the team,
Yeah,
You have to have the extras that are almost as strong as, like, you don't think they are, but then they show something and you're like, oh, okay.
No, this is what they do better than the main
Than the
character.
main-
And the main character needs to learn. Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I
That's
can
why I always got
honestly
the
say
upperclassmen.
this was,
Yeah.
and literally it's all upperclassmen. These 2 are literally like still in their freshman year too. This is still the same year.
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
I want to say
It's like
so.
Don't look
season.
at me, I don't
It's
watch
like
that
season
shit.
4,
And yeah, they just got to the big
and
tournament.
they're still first years.
Yeah, they still
They stretch that shit out.
Yeah, they
They
still
are stretching that out.
they at that big tournament now still.
Damn.
And literally the team captain just showed how good he used to be. Because he had that nickname of being a good player, but then he, as the old story said, lost faith because another great player stunted on him hella bad on the enemy team.
Yeah.
But yeah, these two little niggas inspired him, but yet these two the little niggas is always inspired by captain and the rest of the team. So it's just like one big ass circle of inspiration of we gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
And just the pure fact to know that there's a little nigga the size of Kelsey out here killing it in the volleyball scene, anime wise. It's still dope. Yo, that little nigga got ups. And you gotta have ups to be a spiker.
I know.
I know
Volleyball
what,
night.
I know what volleyball
Yeah,
is.
volleyball net's pretty high up there.
I will
I
say
know my
that
height too.
there were a lot of anime that had extra seasons this year too. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon or Demachi came out with season 3?
Yo, I
Have
heard
you-
about that pick a bitch up in a dungeon shit. I heard that
Season
was
1
pretty
was
cool.
amazing. Season 1 was still good, but it doesn't have like that training original level up
Yeah.
type feel. But second season was still good. Third season came out this year. Food Wars 5th season, final season came out. If you haven't been watching Food Wars, the first seasons are amazing. It's like a sports anime with cooking basically. So if you're into sports
Yeah.
anime and food anime,
The
it's
anime
like
for the Food
smashed
Network.
together.
For foodies.
That one's really good. Attack on-
13 seasons, right?
Trademarked.
Damn, Nick.
You guys know Attack on Titan season 4 just dropped
Thank
recently.
you for bringing that up, because this is going to be my basic ass anime review or critique. I'm not a big fan of the last couple seasons of Attack on Titan. I watch this shit to see niggas getting ate by giants. I don't need all the politics. I don't need all that super duper duper backstory. Like, I get it and I'm fine with it, but if you could mix that in with some action and shit, cool. But I'm watching this shit like, yo, y'all just gave me all this story. Thank you, but can a nigga die? Like, can we see some swords? Can we see where my boy Levi at? So I'm like, yo, it looks great. It's beautiful. It's done well from a writing standpoint. You structuring all that shit. But it's like watching the prequels of Star Wars. I want to see Jedis fight Jedis, and I want to see battles and lasers. Like,
They
you sold me on some shit.
Davenport, doesn't it sound
they
like
muddied
most-
it.
You sold me on Pepsi. Now you changed to the Pepsi Zero on a nigga on the low. Like, you still like this, right? I'm like, nah, nigga, go back to the original recipe. Don't give me new pan style crust Pizza Hut. Give me the OG shit with all the lore.
Davenport, doesn't it sound like the manga readers complaining about Attack on Titan since season 1?
And that's all I'm saying. Like, that's my honest critique.
What I like season 2, season 3, they answered all the questions you had in season 1. That was the big thing.
And it was still giving us action though, at least.
Yeah. I mean,
There was
The-
here and there. The action was kind of few.
I've watched
I
some-
bet it was still there. Like
It's
when
still
Levi
there.
was doing his thing. Like,
yeah. I watched the first episode of season 4 so far, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Because they didn't give you any like 100 years earlier.
No,
No, then you
60
had to
years
find
earlier,
that
you're like,
shit by
you're
yourself.
like, is this after
They give
or
us time
before?
skip. They give us a
or-
whole new cast of young people. Like, you ain't gonna live.
Yeah, it's kind of like
The show's this is the last season, so why you make me enjoy
it was like
it?
Sword Art Online, the 3rd season, I think it was. I watched the first episode. They're like 45 minutes long, and it's like, what are they doing? They didn't give any context, like
No
past,
context
future,
clues.
middle, like why are they young? Like what the hell's going on? And obviously you have to watch the rest, and it'll be completed by the end. But during that time, you're like, what is this?
Yeah, my
What
last
is happening?
the last
like-
season of that shit.
Like show me somebody telling a story or something like
Yes,
that, or
flashback.
just at the beginning.
Yeah.
100 years earlier, and then show a little bit of it, and then show the present, how that affects it, and then go back again, and then go to the present, how that affects it. Not just like, here's 5 episodes of this
the
3
future.
months to a year, 2 years, whatever of the past.
And you switch focus
And
to
then
the
go back.
bad guy. Why do I need to know about Rainer and his shit? No, I don't need all that. It was like the last
Yeah.
season of Attack on Titan I actually enjoyed was when they had the intro with the Beast Titan, and it was going through like all the evolution of like man and human and Titan right next to that. They had that heavy rock intro. That was the last season. I was like, yeah. Everything else been like, Yo, but of course,
Now it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But
Don't
it's
get me wrong.
just, but
Yeah.
it's just it's not what
It's
you
different.
expected from it. Yeah.
It's like the last 4 seasons. The last 2 seasons of Community. Still Community, but not my Community. But I still love it. Though.
I love the last season
I
of
love
Community.
Yeah, when Dan
I love
Harmon came
season
back for
6.
5 and 6.
I
yeah.
love
And 1, 2,
I
3.
love
Hell
it.
no.
And 1, 2, 3 was good.
No, I'm saying it's not 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm saying.
It's not, but
They
I
changed
like,
it's still the same shit, but the recipe is a little
No
different.
Donald
All that
Glover,
said-
no Chevy Chase, and no what's her name.
No, I'm fine with Chevy.
Yvette Nicole Brown, but also
Chevy still brought an element to the show
Yes.
that was good.
They brought an element, but at the same time,
well, they
all
were,
right, we could do this.
they
all
replaced
day.
him with who they replaced him
They
with?
didn't. Nobody.
Buzz
They
Hickey.
put another like old they
Brought an old white,
Breaking Bad. They
Yep.
brought
Yeah.
old
The cleaner.
yeah.
and the show still worked, but at the same time, it was just like you could tell those last couple seasons before Dan came back, it was like different chef in the
4.
kitchen.
That was 4. That was season 4 where he wasn't there.
Yeah.
5 and 6 he came back. 5 was darker for the first 5 episodes, which were Donald's last 5, but it was darker because Dan was still a little angry. After
Exactly.
he wrote off his own show.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I still love it in its entirety, but I can be like, you know what, this where y'all going with this? Compared to
I
that's
like
what
this
happened.
less. I like
Yeah.
this less. I like
It's
this
still
more.
there.
That's it.
And with that being said, guys, we're gonna bring this section of Yo, we geeking out to an end. And before we leave, we're just gonna give you a couple animes to check out. And you know what this shit is called? Yo, check it out.
Check it
So for
out.
me, these animes did not come up this year, but I watched them finally during this whole pandemic.
Finally.
So I have to recommend that you guys check out Mob Psycho 100.
Yes.
Just for the boy, what is it? Reagan, my favorite character easily. My
I
favorite
told
character
you
of
he
the
was
show.
gonna be yours.
And Demon Slayer, because I finally finished this shit, and I'm so hyped for that movie because the movie was supposed to take place on a train, right?
The movie's out, just not here.
Yeah, like
it's
that
been
train.
out and I can't find it anywhere, and I'm pissed.
Yo, that train are about to go hard. Like when old buddy,
I wanna watch it.
I'm like, he talking about his daddy getting fired, doing some fire breath. Like this motherfucker about to get fire breath, and he get the fire breath.
In like 2 seconds,
Yeah,
bro.
and
He's
then her
like-
sisters get her little upgrade powers. Like
and then still didn't kill him. And then you're like, oh shit.
exactly, that motherfucker
What?
strong.
But the new one, that was like one of the weaker ones. He killed off the 6 like uppers, and then it's like, yeah, there's still 6 lowers. You guys are so much weaker. It's insane.
And the one character I thought was gonna get my nerves, that Loki is my favorite character though, is old buddy with the lightning.
Oh,
I was like,
because he's
yo,
OP, dude.
and he was just like,
OP.
but then again, Lemon Grab is my favorite Adventure Time character. So him was like, oh my god, he's a crybaby whiner, but at the same time, when you get his little episodes, like my grandpa said, only thing you need, boy, that one attack and make that shit stupid strong, you be good. And he just black out, just do it. But I also love this one. I became a fan because when he was passed out and old buddy and the nigga with the boar head was doing all the training. Then they were like, man, this training sucks. Da, 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 da. And then he went to train. Then he was like, hold on, I need to talk to him real quick. I'm like, he's about to wild out on them for complaining about being around these bitches. He's like, what are you guys doing? You're just around women all day. You get to touch them and they get to touch them.
Oh, that is
and
my
he went off
favorite
like,
episode.
yes. That shit was fun. He's like, oh, so you want me to touch your hand? I was like, yo, yes.
I like when he
Yes.
when he passed out, killed the one demon with the little kid by him, and then
Yeah.
woke up and thought the little kid did it. He was like, "Oh, you saved me! No, don't leave me!"
Against the
That shit
spider,
was
right?
hilarious. No,
that's
that
the
was in the
second
house.
one. Yeah,
that was in the
in
bongo house.
Yeah.
That shit was
Yo,
funny.
but yes, I'm glad I finally watched that. Like you said, I should have been watched it now. Like I said, I'm hyped for season 2, hyped for the
Yeah.
movie. And just hearing people talk about the manga while spoiling it, they say shit turn up stupid, and I can't wait to see the stupid shit. What about you, Davenport? What would you recommend to the people out there watch?
I'll give a couple. The one that just came out in October, Jujutsu Kaisen, is really good. It's about they call them curses, but it's basically like monsters, and these people kill monsters. They go to a monster or curse killing school, so it's got that aspect of training, all that stuff. Main character like eats a finger.
There's a finger, yeah, because it was on Watch
Finger of
Mojo's
his- yeah.
#1 anime so far.
Eats a finger of this cursed dude that's like super powerful. And then they got like this Kakashi dude that comes out, but instead of one eye covered, he's got both eyes covered. But he's like, he tells the one dude to transform because the main character has the ability to let the demon come out, but it takes over his body completely. But he can suppress him again. So the one dude's like, yeah, let him out real quick, and then he lets him out, and he beats his ass real quick, right? The Kakashi
Kind of almost like some
Kakashi dude
Naruto
just
shit with
beats his
Kumara
ass.
type shit. Like,
He was just basically like, can he suppress it and can I whoop his ass? All right,
Yeah.
we're good then. And then later you find out how strong the demon was because you didn't really get to see it there. Like they get their ass whooped by this other curse and have to run away, and then he lets the curse out, and he's like basically fighting an ant, right? So you're like, okay, so they couldn't beat him, but this guy is like that much stronger, and then the Kakashi dude's that much stronger. So it's like it's a cool dynamic.
word.
So I like that one. If you haven't checked out like Goblin Slayer came out last year and had a second season. The second season is one episode. It's like an hour and a half. Goblin Slayer was really good if you're into like darker type of anime. What is it? That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime last year was also a good anime. So just a couple. And again, Food Wars. If you haven't watched that, their final season is going, and you can watch the entire series. So those are a few that I would suggest watching.
For sure. Ross?
Well, y'all have already heard multiple of my suggestions, but this one ain't came out this year. But regardless, it's still a good old slice of life for me. My first girlfriend is a gal, but I'm going to recommend another joint. It's a live action, but it's based off of a manga, and it had 3 OVAs to it. But Alice in Borderlands, from what I've been hearing from the people that I can find that read the manga, they changed up a few things, but those few changes actually work for the aesthetics for the Netflix series. And I just was told that they just dropped the prequel manga. First volume had just got released, or the first chapter in October. So, and it's supposed to be an 8-year time skip. Well, not even 8 years, because supposedly this is 8 years after they left. And in this manga, the main character, well, those that see it, those probably know, but the 2 protagonists end up having a child, well, about to have a child. But yeah, Alice in Borderland, and my first girlfriend is a gal. Y'all already know Kelsey said Mob Psycho, and y'all know next month we gonna most likely hit Mob Psycho or Death Note up first. So,
Word. And yeah. So that's been that.
that's been that. Also, too, breaking news, just going back to geeking out. Don't be alarmed this Wednesday. My fault.
Or
Don't
you
be.
just gonna save it for next week.
No. AEW is no longer having Snoop Dogg come on this Wednesday because they're doing a special tribute for Brody Lee.
Word. And with that being said, it's going to bring this episode of Yo, Where the Captions At to AEND. Want to thank all you guys out there for being captioners. Always listen, support, tell your friends, tell your fam. Davenport, as always, we thank you for being on, man.
Always
Love
good
it when
being
you're
here, man. Yeah.
Gotta do
Enjoy
that
it
geek
every
shit.
time, baby.
Thank you. And also, tell the people where they can find you, man.
If you guys go to twitch.tv/Nite Night Kid, that's NITENIGHTKID, and Facebook.com, same name, Twitter.com, same name. I'll be there every morning for about 8 hours. So if you follow, you'll get alerts when I'm live. Check it out. Playing a bunch of different video games. Just played Cyberpunk, which was a big release.
Speaking of big
a
releases, how
huge
big was your
release.
dick on the game, though?
You're stupid.
Okay, that's fine.
But I didn't see my dick the whole game. That was the problem.
You designed it, but you can't see it?
You only
I didn't see it once.
Oh my god. See?
You
All
only
right.
No,
All right.
there are a bunch of side quests and stuff that I didn't do that I'm sure you see your dick. You can fuck plenty of girls on there that
No, you,
I did.
Alright, that's
I
all.
went through the main story.
All right, that's a whole nother
I've been told you
podcast.
can't be fucking.
Daniel, thank you,
don't even want
for being who you
relationship.
are. 2020 couldn't happen for us without you. You're the Freddy, you're the sauce in the spaghetti, and we just are the noodles stirring the pot or some shit like that.
There, that works.
Hey, yeah, guys, as always, I'm Kels for Show. Like I said, follow us on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, the Escaping Network, and also, yeah, wherever you want to see us. Close your eyes, and we will appear. And as always, be one or be nothing.
Live life and be Miss Unknown.
Thank you.